Shabbat Shalom, my friends. It's so good to be with you as always. These weekly reflections mean a lot to me, so thank you for bearing witness. I would say that what's up for me right now is the sweet spot between dismantling belief structures that no longer serve and still resting in the perennial wisdom of the spiritual traditions. So I'm in this very iconoclastic mood these days where almost anything overtly religious is turning me off. And I have this wild hunger for authenticity in the spiritual arena. So if there are any kind of established structures that hint in any way of patriarchy, of the dudes bossing us around with regard to what is spiritual and what isn't, perfectionism, purification, hierarchy, all those kinds of things, I'm like automatically suspicious, and give it the side eye. And true, authentic spiritual engagement does not mean that we reject all the forms. I mean, the jewels that are present at the heart of all the world's great religions and spiritual traditions are still valid and deserve to be safeguarded and lifted and gathered for the sake of all sentient beings. So what would be an example? Let's say a silent sitting practice. That some kind of contemplative stillness that we intentionally cultivate with dedication bears great fruit. Fruit with which we can nourish ourselves and also feed the world. When we engage in a regular contemplative practice of any kind, sitting on a cushion or walking mindfully in nature or some kind of embodied movement that is intentional, connected with the breath, we are enlarging or expanding our capacity to hold what is without being thrown off, without buying in to the narrative of our thoughts, especially when those thoughts take us to some places of delusion and self-harm. So meditation practice gives us that little bit of extra breath between the thoughts so that we're able to be with things as they are rather than as we're afraid they might be. I hope that resonates for you. This topic will continue to unfold because this is where my mind and heart are these days. Dismantling false structures and also resting in these robust and beautiful containers that we've been given by the wisdom traditions. All right, may you have a peaceful, serene, and wildly creative Sabbath. And I'll see you next week for Dia de Muertos, Day of the Dead. I'm so looking forward to that very special time of year.